The following We Believe program by Dr. Howard Thurman is a repeat of a telecast made on March 15, 1963.
Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer. I'm reading from The Inward Journey. Joy is of many kinds. Sometimes joy comes silently, opening all closed doors and making itself at home in the desolate heart. It has no forerunner save itself. It brings its own welcome and its own salutation. Sometimes joy is compounded of many elements, a touch of sadness, a whimper of pain, a harsh word tenderly held until all its arrogance dies, the casting of the eye into the face that understands, the clasp of a hand that holds, then releases, a murmur of tenderness where no word is spoken, the distilled moment of remembrance of a day or a night, an hour, lived beyond the sweep of the daily round. Joy is often compounded of many things. There is earned joy, an impossible job tackled and conquered, leaving no energy for assessing the price or measuring the cost, only an all-inclusive sense of well-being in the mind, and slowly creeping through all the crevices of the spirit. Or it may be some dread has reared its head, gathering into itself all hope that is unassigned, until it becomes the master of the house. Then relief comes through fresh knowledge and new insight, clearer vision. What was dread now proves groundless, and the heart takes to wings like an eagle in its flight. There is the joy that is given. There are those who have in themselves the gift of joy. It is no relation to merit or demerit. It is not a quality that have been wrested from the vicissitudes of life. Such people have not fought and won a hard battle. They have made no conquests. To them, joy is given as a precious ingredient in life. It is a part of their basic intrinsic equipment. Wherever they go, they give birth to joy in others. They are the heavenly troubadours, earthbound, who spread their music all around and who sing their song without words and without sounds. To be touched by them is to be blessed of God. They give even as they have been given. Their presence is a benediction and a grace. In them we hear the music and the score, and in their faces we sense a glory which is the very light of heaven. One of the most inspiring and significant teachers in my life was a Quaker mystic and philosopher, Rufus Jones. And despite the fact that one associates a certain kind of somberness with the Quaker mood, characterized at one period by certain peculiarities of dress and certain peculiarities of speech even. Despite all of this, there was in Rufus a buoyancy, a kind of spontaneity, a freshness, a joy which I found constantly contagious. I remember hearing him talk one day from a verse in Exodus that I did not even know it existed. I had read Exodus several times in the past, but this particular verse had escaped me. And these are the words. They saw God, and then they ate and drank. And as Rufus quoted these words, he gave this tremendous smile and a contagion of light in his face and his eyes, and he talked about the meaning of this. That Moses, again and again, had gone up on the mountain behind the clouds, and there he had fellowship with God, communion with God, and it was there that he received the insight that he carried later on to the people. But on one occasion, he carried with him the elders, just those people who were a part of the garden variety ebb and flow of the life of the Israelites. He carried these people plucked from the masses of the rest with him on the mountain. And after they had seen God, as Exodus puts it, then, instead of having somber faces and coming down from the mountain and saying, "Don't touch me, don't associate with me, let me get away so that I can recover from the ravages of absolute beauty or absolute wholeness or absolute integrity," instead of doing this, they ate and they drank. They picked up the common task, the ordinary things that they were doing. But my guess is, of course I wasn't there, but my guess is that when they ate, there was something added to the taste of the food, that there was something, just a little plus, because what they had seen on the Mount of Vision had somehow insinuated itself into the commonplace life about them. And this, to me, is one of the very interesting characteristics of the dynamics of joy. It does not mean that a person has not had a heart that is broken. It does not mean that a person has not suffered, a person may not be suffering, but it does mean that he has been able to discover that joy and sorrow, or joy and pain, are two sides of a single coin. I have a friend, an old teacher, another teacher who lives in Atlanta, Georgia. About 4 years ago, both of his legs were amputated, and he lives now in a wheelchair and is no longer active. But again and again, different students and faculty persons and old students of his, former students, come to Atlanta for one purpose only, just to go out to his home, talk with him, to get their joy restored. Now he has lost both legs and was a very active man, is confined to his wheelchair, confined to his house. But he has taken this disaster, he has taken this dimension of hazard, and he has torn it open to reveal that at the heart of it there is a creative power that enables him to not only to endure what he has gone through, but to find how to use this thing as an updraft, so that because of it, he soars in regions that were not open to him before, and from those lofty heights, he can look down on the plains, and not only that, but from those lofty heights, he can come down on the plain and be a part of the common life. They saw God, Moses, and the elders. And after the vision, they did not go into a retreat. They did not find some solitary place in the wilderness. But after the vision, they picked up the ordinary tasks of ordinary life. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount upon wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk, and not faint. The common life illumined by the touch of the vision. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my rock and my redeemer.
The preceding We Believe program by Dr. Howard Thurman was a repeat of a telecast made on March 15, 1963.